Hey, what's going on, guys? Alright, so today is June 20th, 2016, and today is the 23rd anniversary of the Chicago Bulls' first ever three-peat. I know, it's scary how fast time flies, right? And, like I mentioned in my last video, that too often in life we get so caught up in the moment that we forget certain events that took place in the past, such as today, you know. Uh, so again, 23 years ago today, the Chicago Bulls clinched their third consecutive NBA championship at Phoenix on the road in Game 6. And I'm going to go ahead and play the last 3 to 4 minutes of that game, along with the post-game celebration and whatnot. Alright, so let me go ahead and take you guys back into NBA history, alright? So bear with me right here, guys. Alright. One moment here. Alright. Here we go.
Now for a more mobile defensive team.
This is the last possession.
Johnson will get back. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets down. Connected away by Brown. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls. 3 straight NBA championships. A three-point shot by John Paxson, the game winner. The Bulls with a record low, only 12 points. In the fourth quarter, that was an NBA Finals record low, and it was enough.
Michael Jordan, that buzzer first shot so high, but immediately had the presence to chase the basketball down into the crowd. Whoever picked it up, he wanted that basketball, signifying the third world championship in a row, and he went after it and got it.
Paul Westphal is back to the locker room. A disappointing finish for the Suns, who had rallied and taken the lead, but did not put it away. And Iris Grant, a man who has struggled the last 2 games, comes up with the block to conclude matters.
Talk about the block. He did the last 2 things that mattered the most. He threw the pass back out to John Paxson for the shot. He gets that assist. He gets the block on that last shot attempt to preserve the victory.
Michael will allow you to speak first on behalf of your teammates.
Well, I think everybody put their foot in. From Corey Williams to Ed Neal, all the guys that were on the injury reserve. It's a hard-fought three-peat. It took a lot of work. A lot of times it looked down at them, but we stuck in there. We hung together as a team, and this is a reward of what the hard work does for you.
Thank you. The crowd here kind of blocks us from seeing the monitor. We'll try, but until Pax's winning three-pointer, you had all the points for the Bulls in the fourth quarter.
I knew Pax was going to make that. I just knew whenever he got it. It was a great draw in. And, for my part, I just try to do what I can. I hope you enjoy it, Bob. It feels good right now.
Is it joy, or is it relief, or is it a combination? This has been a great year, but a tough year.
It's both. It's relief. Plus, it's great to win. I think we've gone through a lot. Me personally, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs. But to cap it off this way means a lot to me.
I hate to make you look ahead, but you've talked about retirement in a year or two. Could you step aside if the streak is still intact?
No. My love is strong for this game right now. That's how I'm looking at it. And I'm going to be here as long as my love is strong.
We're going to roll in some of the plays from the fourth quarter. I don't know if we'll be able to see them. Try and make a little space here, guys, for Michael to take a look. And the one that I'd specifically like to talk about, and we'll get to it in a minute, would be your last basket. They're up by 4 when Frankie Johnson misses a jump shot, and they let you go the length of the floor. Used up very little time, and they never touched it.
I don't think anybody saw me. I think once I got the rebound, everybody was running to the three-point shooters. I just kept putting pressure on the defense. And right before I get to the basket for a layup, Scottie Pippen grabbed Marley, but you can't get to this basket and try to stop me. So that was a big play.
Now, on the last play, you had to give it up in the backcourt. Never touched it in shooting range. Pippen gave it to Horace and then back to Pax.
Well, the plan was to get the ball to me, get it to Scottie, and cut off with Scottie. If I can get the ball back, get the ball back. But he turned it around, gave it to Horace, and then Horace kicked it back out to Paxson. And once I saw Paxson get the basketball, I knew it was good.
Where you scored 10 points on clutch jumpers in Los Angeles in what turned out to be the winner. You had a big fourth quarter against Portland as well in the 6th game last year, and now the shot that wins the championship.
Yeah, I'm just, this is a dream. What can I say? Maybe we were the ones destined to win after all. It was what a great feeling. I can't describe what I feel.
Before we continue, Michael, I know you want to jump down. This has been in many ways your year with the dream team and with certification in the minds of most now as the greatest to ever play the game. A final thought on what this means to you and your team.
Well, I think it means a lot to us. I mean, because we make history. Very few teams have done this. You know, especially when so much parity in the league right now, this is a major accomplishment for the franchise and for the team. And you know, for me personally, you know, I think it was something that I was looking forward to separate myself from Magic and Bird. They never did it, and I did it. So that makes me, you know, feel special. I believe it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Johnson will get back. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets going. He could not get it off. Knocked away by Brown. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls. 3 straight NBA championships.
All right, so there you guys have it. You know, that was it. That was the Chicago Bulls. You know, third consecutive NBA championship. The first team since the 1960s Boston Celtics to do it. To be specific, the Boston Celtics, which they won 8 consecutive championships from 1959 to 1966, were the last team prior to the Bulls to win 3 consecutive, or should I say at least 3 consecutive championships. So the Bulls became the first team in 27 years to accomplish at least 3 consecutive championships. All right, and let me see here. It was just an epic moment in NBA history, guys. You know, hands down. And the shirt that I'm currently wearing, which I semi-regret, is the Chicago Bulls, you know, three-peat, which you guys can obviously see. And the reason why I semi-regret wearing this shirt is because I wish that I could have, you know, just put this in a shirt cover and just hang it up in my closet as a, you know, as an epic a vintage item, you know. And the back is blank. All right. So yeah, and also, guys, Michael Jordan was and still is the only player to ever accomplish 41 points per game in the NBA Finals. You know, the most points he scored in that series was 55 points. The least he scored was 31. All right, and I believe that was in the first game. Yes, it was. It was in game 1. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Bulls are still the only team, if I'm not mistaken again, to win the first 2 games in the finals on the road. Because keep in mind, guys, the Suns had the home court in that year's finals. You know, 1 and 2 were in Phoenix, along with 6 and 7, because back then it was a 2-3-2 format. All right, because from 1985 to 2015, the NBA Finals formatting was 2-3-2 and not 2-2-1-1-1 like it is, you know, this year and last year. So yeah, you know, I haven't, you know, honestly, I haven't done the research on that one, but I believe, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If not, then kudos to me. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Bulls are still the first team to ever do a to ever win the first 2 games on the road in the NBA Finals. You know, I know it's probably happened before 1993, but I believe post 93, the Bulls are still the only team to ever do that. All right, and yeah, as scary as that sounds, number 23, Michael Jordan himself, obviously won his 3rd consecutive championship, again 23 years ago today, which is the predominant reason why I made this video, because today is the 23rd anniversary of their three-peat. All right, in which obviously Michael Jordan had a lot to do with that. obviously by, the majority reason being the fact that he averaged 41 points per game in the NBA Finals, which is absurd. That's just unheard of. 20. It's been 23 years and no player has still ever averaged that many points per game in the NBA Final Series. And it's not like it was a quick series. No, because it was a 6-game series. It's not like it was a 4 or a 5-game series, because what I consider to be a long series is 6 or 7 games. All right, that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. Again, congrats to the Bulls. 23rd anniversary of their third. I'm sorry, of their third championship, along with their first ever three-peat. And I just cannot imagine, if Michael Jordan never walked away from the game on October. Hold on 1 second. Yikes. Oh, October 6th, 1993. I can't imagine how many more championships that the Bulls could have won. Like I said, I've always believed this, and I most likely will always say this. No disrespect to Akeem the Dream Olajuwon, Vernon Maxwell, uh, Otis Thorpe, Robert Ory, Sam Cassell, etc., Clyde Drexler. No disrespect to any of those guys from the 94-95 NBA champion Houston Rockets, but I firmly believe that if the Bulls had Jordan in all the 90s, I'm sorry, from 91 to 98, I believe that we had 8 consecutive championships. Again, that's just my opinion, guys. If you agree, awesome. If you don't, that's fine. But I've always believed that. It's just my opinion. Um, and one last thing to say before I leave you guys. One person I was having a debate with about 2 years ago, he said, "Oh, so if the Bulls did win '94 along with '95, they would have been worn out, according to that person, for '96, '97, and '98. Meaning that if they did win 4 or 5 straight, especially after a back-to-back series with the Rockets, that they would have not won their 6th, 7th, or 8th championship, being in '96, '97, or '98 against the Sonics and twice against the Jazz, because they would have, again, according to this person, been worn out." Which I disputed, because I said, you know what, Michael Jordan was, at least in the '90s, was what I like to call borderline inhuman. All right, because he was just absurd in a very, very good way. At least in the whole '90s, you know. And yes, even in 1990, when they lost to Isaiah Thomas's Pistons in 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, but nonetheless, that's just my opinion. My opinion on the matter. If you guys agree, great. If you guys don't, let me know what you guys think about it. You think that the Bulls with Jordan would have won 8 consecutive championships from '91 to '98, despite most likely facing off against a back-to-back Akeem Olajuwon-led Houston Rockets team. You guys know exactly what to do. You know, again, congrats to the Bulls. 23rd anniversary, as scary as that sounds, because of how fast time flies, on their first three-peat and third consecutive NBA championship. All right, so that's it for now, and I will gladly get to you guys soon. And please keep the comments in the box civil. All right, that's all she wrote.